Hey folks, how's it going? Coach Jeff here with another Pro Hockey Breakdown. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. We're going over offensive and defensive zone coverage and switches. In this video, we're going to be looking at the offensive zone switches. So those are the opportunities where if one of your teammates who has the puck in the offensive zone has an opportunity to gain advantage by skating into one of your zones or one of your teammates' zones, we can't flood those areas with too many players, so people have to be aware that that's happening and switch or actually rotate and cover for the player who's just left their primary area of responsibility. So this is now a shared responsibility where you're covering for your teammate who's trying to gain an advantage by skating with the puck into your zone. So we're going to take a look at that. Hopefully as a foundation you've already watched the offensive zone coverage video. That goes over a lot of the principles of general basic offensive zone coverage. There's also a really fun look at zone coverage through the eyes of a microorganism. I recorded that video. It's the amoeba defense video, but a lot of those same concepts apply to the offensive side of the ice as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and start with people in their primary zones, areas of responsibility here, and we're going to see the puck enter and end up on the stick of the defenseman, and we're going to see that defenseman feel like there's an opportunity to gain advantage by increasing a chance for scoring opportunity by coming deep into the zone. And when that happens, now there's been a vacancy in their position, and so it would benefit the team to have that vacancy filled, and so that's going to be the responsibility of the winger to kind of switch with that defensive player and cover that area of the ice. They've effectively become that defensive player, and you even though that person's a winger and a forward, they still have to be up to speed on how to play that position, because these types of switches are going to be expected to happen a lot during a game. If that defense person skates back up towards the blue line, guess what? The winger gets to recover and go back down to the area of the ice that they're primarily covering. Let's say the defense slides over into the mid-ice area. Again, it's possible that they could find an advantage for skating with the puck all the way over to the other side. If that happens, there can be a switch from the D to the D position, so the other D might cover for the primary D who has the puck in that situation. These are just examples. There are many ways that you can cover the ice. The center could slide out, the winger could cover, the whole team in a unit could rotate in one direction or another. So these are just some basic examples to get your mind thinking about it, and to get across the concept that you do have to cover for that other position. So let's say now the puck gets passed down to the right wing. That person might find an advantage by skating around behind the net. You see this a lot in actual gameplay, and when that happens though, there needs to be some recovery or some shifting and switching by the other players. And so the forward line, the defensive line doesn't have to do much here, but the forward line might rotate over to cover the other side of the ice. Okay, and again, if there's an opportunity to get a quick pass to the person who's the left wing, who's now playing in the center spot, that can result in a quick shot on goal. The puck could also go behind the net. It's oftentimes a good opportunity to get the goalie out of position. You can pass the puck behind the net and then get it out in front of the net for a scoring chance. So let's keep moving. Let's say the puck carrier now goes up towards the blue line. We need to see some switching there, so the defense is going to rotate down into that right wing position. Again, defensive-minded players still have to know how to play forward line positions, because this kind of shifting is going to happen all the time in a game. Okay. If the puck comes back down into the corner, what you don't want to see, and we've talked about this a lot, you don't want to see everybody converging on the puck. Okay, this is obvious problems in that there's a ton of ice left open, and if the puck which is very likely to squirt out of that scrum, of that pack of people. If the puck squirts out, there is wide open opportunity for players on the other team to get advantage and skate up the ice with all of our players down almost below the goal line, with very little opportunity or chance to recover quickly and cover the rest of the ice. So again, thinking about that amoeba-like movement, the amoeba would never do this because it wants to keep its little pseudopods out there, covering all aspects of the ice. It shifts and moves, but it never completely abandons its positions. So better if everyone kind of stays in their positions and reacts a little bit to where the puck is, but doesn't completely leave their post. So there you have it. There's some examples of offensive zone switches. And go ahead and watch this over and over if you feel like there's a lot of learning to do. It is tricky. It happens fast. It happens oftentimes without any verbal communication. It requires being a heads-up player, noticing where your teammates are at all times, and just having a sense and a feel for an opening occurring on the ice that you need to fill. And so you can kind of slide into those positions. It happens very naturally once you get used to it, but it takes a lot of practice and a lot of awareness. And so practice that in scrimmages on the ice and in game time situations, and then come back and look at these videos and sort of compare how you think you're doing to what we've represented here in the video. You could even come up with your own different methods for switches and how that might look. I've just presented a few options here. There's hundreds of different combinations of ways that this can happen on the ice in game situations. Please go ahead and subscribe so you can stay on top of all the videos coming out in the off season and during the regular season. This has been a series. If you haven't seen the other videos on the offensive and defensive zone coverage and switches and that amoeba defense video, please go check those out. And I look forward to putting more videos out soon. Thank you.
No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now. No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now.